Hey, whoop! Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be testing out a lot of new makeup from the drugstore, specifically from CoverGirl and Revlon. They both came out with a lot of new products that I'm very excited to test out with you guys today. I think I pretty much have enough things to do a full face with an exception of a few products. I'm really excited. Who doesn't love some affordable drugstore makeup? Let's put some makeup on the face. I zoomed you guys in, which is absolutely terrifying. My skin is not in its best condition at the moment. It's like recovering, so I have like a bunch of scars and redness. Story of my life. For my primer, I'm going to be using the Revlon Photoready Prep Set and Refresh Mist. I thought this was a setting spray and I was like, I don't have a primer, and then I read it and I was like so excited. I'm going to do my little test spritz. Oh wow, that is fine. Okay, that is way too fine because I don't feel anything. Hold on. I'm pretty sure I just emptied the whole bottle. For my foundation, I'm going to be testing out the new Revlon Photoready Insta-Filter foundation. I have 3 shades. I'm going to try to figure out which one matches me the most. These are really weird because they have like these huge sponges on the top, which, just knowing me, like I probably wouldn't use that sponge to do my makeup because that is just not sanitary to me. I have absolutely no idea what to expect from this foundation. Is it full coverage? Is it sheer? I hope it's not too sheer, but I'm gonna go ahead and read the description on their website. Our innovative formula works with your skin type and evens and smooths your skin tone to leave you with a fresh-faced, natural finish. This shade is 150 Buff, the darker of the 3 I have, and I don't know, I feel like it's a good tone. It's not on the pinky side. I feel like some of these lighter ones have more of like a pink tone to it. So we're gonna test this out and see if that matches. If it's too dark, we'll go in with a lighter one. I'm gonna start off with a sponge first, so I'm just gonna go ahead and take some on my sponge and blend it into my skin. That looks a lot more fair on my skin than I thought. If this is 150, I can't imagine what 110 looks like. This foundation definitely has a scent. It's kind of like that old school foundation smell, which is actually really fresh. I like it, personally. I'm really into the way this looks like on my skin. I know I look really crazy and fair, but in real life it actually matches my neck pretty well, and I have a feeling it might dry it down a little bit darker, but it kind of has like this natural satin finish. It's not super dewy looking, but it's not matte either. It feels really good and it looks really good. It's not settling into any fine lines. It's not sticking to any dry patches. I want to say this has a really nice medium buildable coverage. So far so good. For the other side of my face, I'm going to go into my e.l.f. blending brush. I absolutely love this brush. Whoa, this color is crazy, but I don't know if you guys can tell, it definitely dries down darker, and that is a very good match to my neck. With the brush, I'm definitely getting more full coverage, but I feel like the sponge just gives it a softer and more airbrushed look. So I'm going to go ahead and go back into my sponge and just kind of like smooth it out. Foundation is blended out. I really like the way it looks on my skin right now. You can definitely see some of my scarring and blemishes peeking through a little bit, especially like on my forehead. But that's something I can just go back in with concealer and do some spot concealing. But for the most part, like my skin tone is evened out. It looks really good. It still looks fresh. It doesn't look too heavy or makeup-y on my skin. It doesn't look dry. Nothing like that. So far so good. Let's move on to concealer. So CoverGirl came out with a foundation a while ago called the Vitalist Healthy Elixir. I love that foundation. I just wish they had a shade that matched me. They're all a little bit too dark, but they kind of expanded on that line and just created a whole Vitalist Healthy Elixir line, and this is a little concealers from the line. I have used this before and I do use it still. I mentioned it in a video a while ago, but this is what I'm gonna use for my concealer today. It's definitely not like full coverage, but it covers what I need it to do, and it's really nice for like natural days. The weird thing is, you guys, I have no idea what any of these colors are because it says nothing on them. I'm pretty sure the box it comes in has it, but like once you take it out of the box, you will never know what shade these are, which is frustrating the heck out of me. So I'm gonna go ahead and, ooh, that is very yellowy. I'm going to pop that underneath my eyes. I'm going to take some on my forehead as well. I'm going to go ahead and blend that out with my sponge. That was not as brightening as I thought it was going to be, but whatever. This concealer looks so nice on the skin. It blends out very easily. It's definitely not a Tarte Shape Tape concealer, but I really, really like it a lot. But here's what my skin looks like at the moment before I set it with powder. I think it looks really pretty. I mean, you can definitely tell it's like it's makeup, but it's not like heavy, cakey, or drying on my skin whatsoever. I actually really like the finish of it. So I don't have a translucent setting powder, so I'm just going to take a little bit of my Laura Mercier setting powder and just go underneath my eyes, the areas that I crease the most, because I actually do have a pressed powder to try out today. I'm going to set the rest of my face with the new CoverGirl Vitalist Healthy Powder. I have the shade 710, what is this? Classic Ivory. I hope this looks good, and I'm really, really praying that it does not make my foundation look darker, because this powder, first of all, it's so smooth. Oh my god. But it's also quite pigmented. I'm gonna take the powder on my Morphe E34 brush. It's like a really nice, soft, dense powder brush. I'm gonna take a little bit, ooh, that's powdery. Tap some out, whoa. And I'm just going to press this into the skin. I don't like to rub or buff the powder into my skin because I don't want to disrupt like the foundation underneath. So I just gently pat it in and just blend as I go. So far, it doesn't really look like it's changing the color of my foundation, and it looks absolutely beautiful on my skin. I don't have a new bronzer to test out, but what I'm gonna do is just take a darker shade of the CoverGirl powder. This is 742 medium beige. I'm really hoping that this color looks good. Okay, so here goes nothing. Okay, not a total fail. I just realized I don't have a blush either. Definitely needed that warmth in the skin, but I really like how this came out. My skin looks so flawless and it's smooth. Like, so far I'm really excited. I'm just crossing my fingers nothing goes wrong. At the moment, Jess is pleased. I do need to pop a blush really quick, and I don't have one, so I'm just gonna take some from my NARS Wanted One palette. Love this thing, just for some color. Feeling it. I do have these new Revlon highlighting palettes. This one is the Galaxy Dream Highlight palette. You have like a green one, a lilac, a blue. It's like a little bit more on the funky side, which I'm not really a fan of highlighters like that. And then we have this one that's called Sunlit Dream, which is definitely more up my alley. You have pretty bronzy, golden, champagne, and pearly shade. I think I'm gonna use this one today for my highlight. I'm gonna take one of my favorite highlighting brushes, the BH Cosmetics 140, and I'm just gonna mix like these 3 shades together and see what happens. The moment of truth. Ooh, I like it. You guys, this is actually really pretty. I may have put a little bit too much, but wow. Shocked. First of all, like, pigmentation's really nice. It doesn't have like chunky sparkles or glitter in it, so it kind of just looks really smooth and pretty on the skin. I really like, yeah, I went a little bit over. This is a really good drugstore highlighting palette. I would highly recommend you guys checking this out. Jess is pleased. Honestly, my complexion is looking so bum.com right now. I'm shooketh. I never say that, but I'm shooketh. What's next? We're at the brows, and I literally have too many brow products. Let me know if you know where that's from, by the way. Recently got into watching that show, and I love him so much. Firstly, from CoverGirl, we have these really interesting brow products. They have a little brush on the top. It's angled, so on-the-go brows. And the inside is just kind of like this small little cream gel. I really like cream gel products for brows. I haven't used it in a really long time. I've just kind of been using pencils because they're so much quicker and easier. But that's one. From Revlon, I have the Color Stay Brow Kit. I haven't used a powder for my brows in a really long time as well. It's been a while. I used to use the Benefit one so much. And then also from Revlon, we have the Color Stay Brow Mousse, which is really intriguing to me. Like, I don't know what this is. How does this work? What the heck? It looks like a mascara, like spoolie wand. Does something come out? Oh my god, we're gonna have to test this out. This is weird. And lastly, from CoverGirl, we have some classic brow pencils with spoolies at the end. I really like these a lot. They're just kind of like retractable. These are things that I use on a daily, but what the heck is this? Okay, so product is coming out from both of the sides. That is really weird. I think I'm going to maybe fill in my brows with the CoverGirl pencil first, because I really like things like this, and I feel like if I use a brow gel, I'm gonna go so heavy. So let's fill in the brows. I'm gonna use the shade Honey Brown. Brows are filled, and I'm gonna take the little weird mousse spoolie thing. I'm gonna take the shade Blonde instead of the brown, just cause I want to maybe see if I can lighten the brows a little bit with this. So I'm just going to go ahead and brush this into my brows. Interesting. Okay, so definitely made my eyebrow look a little bit like thicker and fuller. Like I needed that, but I guess I gotta do the other side too. I mean, you know, eye makeup is definitely gonna make the brows look a little less scary, but hey, I like the brows. They're looking good. Before I move on to my eyes, I'm gonna spritz my face really quickly with that mist we used for primer, because this is also to set and refresh the skin as well. So it takes at least 50 sprays. We have a few options for eyeshadow today. We have the new Revlon Color Stay little eyeshadow palette. And then we have the new CoverGirl and Katy cat palette from the Katy Perry collection. Like, first of all, the cats have little faces on them and they're really cute. And I really like the palettes a lot. I'm very excited to use these a little bit more than the Revlons because I feel like this is a little bit more, I don't want to say boring, but cats. There's little cats on them. I'm gonna start off with this shade right here. Ooh, they are quite powdery. I don't know if you guys can tell. I am going to pop this into the crease. Ooh, that is quite pigmented. It is so incredibly powdery in the palette, but it is blending out really nicely on the eyes and it's so pigmented too. I'm actually kind of shocked. I don't remember the last time I used CoverGirl eyeshadows. I'm going to take this really dark chocolate brown next to it and deepen up the crease. That one doesn't have as much fallout, which is good. I'm going to pop that right on the... Oh my god, these are so pigmented. I don't know. I think Drugstore makeup is stepping it up big time and I am not mad at that. By the way, this one with the more neutral shades is called Hot Cat and this one is called Cool Cat. I'm going to go into this one and just swatch a few on my fingers because I want to see how they kind of look. What? Oh, I ruined the cat face. Those are some of the shadows on my finger. Honestly, it's not too bad. I would definitely have to see how they do on the eye. There's some of them feel a little chalky. So those are some of the shadows swatched on the back of my hand. Not bad. I feel like this is something you might need to wet your brush for the metallic ones. But these matte shades in my crease, like, whoa. I'm gonna go like full-on smoky dark eyes. I haven't done that in a really long time. So I'm gonna take this really cool tone dark brown shade and I'm gonna pop that all over my lid. That's a really cool color. So freaking pigmented. I can't get over it. I'm gonna go back to my blending brush and just blend out all the edges to smoke it out. I'm gonna go into the black shade and I'm going to take just such a small amount of that and I'm gonna pop that on the crease just to kind of like make it even more dark, more darker. Since I pretty much used the more neutral palette for my eyes, I'm gonna go into the colorful one and take this shade right here. It's very interesting. It's not quite silver. It's kind of like a warm silver, if that makes any sense. And I'm gonna pop this on the inner corners of my eyes. Oh boy. I'm gonna take that really pretty metallic green shade and I am going to smudge this on my lower lash line. I think I'm good on the eyeshadows. This is definitely smoky. Low-key like chic raccoon, you know what I mean? For my mascara, I'm gonna be using this new one from CoverGirl. It's called Peacock Flare. It also comes with like a waterproof version, which oh my god, I do not like waterproof mascara. Ooh. So that's the wand. It's one of those like plasticky ones. I'm not a fan. The Benefit Bad Gal Bang is my only kind of like okay. Like, I see you. But for the most part, I'm not a fan of these. This is very interesting. They're very short bristles. Hopefully it does something to my lashes. There's only one way to find out. Where's my mirror? So this is the mascara on. I don't know if you guys are going to be able to tell with the dark shadow, but this took me forever. Oh my god. Like, the bristles are so short. I feel like I'm not putting anything on my lashes. And I kept going back in for more and more and more product. It just took way too long to even build to this point. I don't know if I would use this again. I don't know. Like, it didn't really do anything to my lashes and I put like 16 million coats on it. Other than that, I'm really happy with the way the eyes came out. Like, I'm so shocked at these palettes. I have to say the mattes are incredibly buttery and pigmented. Like, I'm such a fan of them. Some of the shimmery shades are like a little bit more chunky. The one I put in my inner corner was beautiful. But some you'd have to probably like wet your brush, but I really like these palettes a lot. Lastly, we have lips. I'm beyond overwhelmed right now. There's so many. So firstly, we have the Revlon Kiss Plumping Lip Cream, and of course I picked out the Jet shades. And then we have the CoverGirl Melting Pout Mattes. And then we have the CoverGirl Queen Collection Major Shade. I actually wore one of these the other day in a different shade and actually really like these. They dry down to a matte finish, but they're very light and comfortable on the lips. I actually really do like these, but since I already tried it out, we're gonna try something different. This is an interesting product. This is the CoverGirl Melting Pout Glitz. It's a liquid glitter top coat and it's like very silvery. This is not like my jam necessarily, but I can see this being really cool like editorial or for cool lip pictures, but I would not wear silver glitter gloss, you know? And lastly, we have the CoverGirl Katy Cat glosses. I have to say, the packaging is so freaking adorable. They have little cat heads on them. This is interesting. This is a white gloss. White. So before I put anything else on my lips, I'm just really curious about this, just for the heck of it. Let's try on this white gloss. Oh! Oh! Oh my god, what have I gotten myself into? Ah. Help. I don't know what to do with this information. I will say the formula feels really nice. I have never in my life seen a white gloss like this. Ew, it makes my teeth look so yellow, gross. But I don't know what I would do with this besides like lightening other lip products, but at that point that's just like too many steps for me. I don't know, maybe this is just for like editorial purposes, for the fun of it. I'm really curious about these CoverGirl lipsticks, so I'm gonna go ahead and try one out. I'm gonna go into this more pinky color. It's called Ballerina. I have no idea, is this like a matte liquid lipstick? Kind of smells like cherry candy. Actually no, it smells like bubblegum. Definitely has a matte finish to it. It's a little bit like sticky. It's not like uncomfortably sticky, but I feel like there's product on my lip. It doesn't look to be transferring, which is really nice. I don't know, it's actually not too bad. My lips look very like soft. In other words, not too bad. I have tried worse liquid lipsticks from the drugstore. I do want to put some gloss on my lips, so I'm taking the Katy Cat gloss in the shade Cantaloupe. Nope, Catalope. Catalope. So funny. This color's really pretty and has like a bunch of gold sparkles all throughout it, so let's hot that in the center. Oh wow, that's more sparkly than I thought it was gonna be. I actually really like this a lot more than the full matte lips. I think it looks nice with the matte eyes. I love the shade. I love that little sparkle in there. It gives the lips a very juicy look. I am so happy with the way everything looks and went on. I don't really have any complaints. It's not that I think drugstore makeup is bad, but I just get really blown away and shocked when things from the drugstore perform so well, so much better than some high-end makeup. It's crazy to me, but I literally cannot right now. I've definitely had my foundation on for quite a while now, and I wanted to do a little close-up to show you guys how good it still looks. I mean, it's definitely makeup, but my skin just looks really smooth and flawless. It doesn't look emphasized like my pores. I just really think it all looks good. The eyes look beautiful. Everything blended out so nicely. Overall, I'm just so pleased. Like the cheeks, the highlight. I truly really liked everything I tried out today. I will say I do have a few like top favorites. First of all, this foundation freaking blew me away. I don't know. I didn't really go into it with any expectations, but I'm blown out of the Wutas. I'm gonna wear my foundation for as long as I can today. I will leave you guys a little note in the description on how it ended up wearing. I'll let you guys know, so look out for that. The concealer is definitely something I have tried before and do wear in my routine sometimes. So I really do like this. It's a very nice sheer coverage concealer, but it blends out really nicely, very smooth. So I really do like this a lot. This powder was a huge win for me as well. Like I love how it looks on my skin. It went on like butter, like no joke. The powder itself is such a silky, smooth consistency. Like I don't know, I really like this. I think that's really contributing to the fact that my skin looks so flawless, and I really like using the darker shade of the powder as like a warmer contour shade because that blended out beautifully, and I think the color looks really nice as well. This Sunlit Dream highlighter palette was also amazing. Like I was not expecting it to be that good, and it's really good. This is a great drugstore like highlighter kit that actually has a blinding glow to it. And I think the last kind of like standout product is the Katy Cat eyeshadow eyeshadow palette. Definitely like the Hot Cat palette, which is like the neutral ones, a lot more. The mattes in here are beautiful. Everything blended out seamlessly. This is like, I don't know, like I just haven't used CoverGirl eyeshadows in a really long time. Maybe I've been missing out my whole life, but I am definitely going to be using this again. I hope you guys enjoyed this video and found it helpful. Let me know in the comments down below if you guys have tried any of these products out before and what you guys think about it. I personally have found a lot of new favorite products and I'm very excited about that. As usual, don't forget to follow me on Twitter, mesijesibeauty. You guys can follow me on Snapchat if you like. We still have it, but Instagram stories is the way to go at the moment. So you guys can follow me on Instagram, Makeup by Jessie. And if you have not subscribed to my channel already, I would appreciate it if you guys did so before you go. Whew, good lord. Thank you guys so much for watching and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye guys!